might say every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up there if it is so dangerous? We stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in a word. Tradition! 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 We have kept our balance for many, many years. Here in Anatevka, we have traditions for everything. How to eat, how to sleep, how to wear clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered and always wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this tradition come to be? I can tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition. Because of our traditions, everyone knows who he is and what God expects him to do. Who day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home. No papa, papa, tradition, no papa, papa, tradition.
Must know the way to make a proper home, a quiet home, a kosher home. Must raise a family and run the home, so Papa's free to read the holy book. The mama, tradition. The mama, tradition.
At 3 I started Hebrew school, at 10 I learned a trade. I hear they picked up right for me, I hope she's pretty.
The sons, the sons. Tradition. The sons, the sons. Tradition.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing me to marry whoever Papa picks? The daughters, the daughters, tradition. The daughters, tradition.
Day and night must
Who
scramble for
does
a
Mama
living,
teach to mend and
in the circle of our little village, we have always had our special times. For instance, Jente, the matchmaker.
Avram, I have found the perfect match for your son, a wonderful girl.
Who is it?
Ruchel, the shoemaker's daughter.
Ruchel. But she can hardly see. She's almost blind.
Tell the truth, Avram. Is your son so much to look at? The way she sees and the way he looks, it's a perfect match.
And Nachum, the beggar.
Alms for the poor! Alms for the
Here,
poor!
Bernardo! His
most important, our beloved rabbi.
Rabbi, may I ask you a question?
Certainly, my son.
Is there a proper blessing for the Tsar?
A blessing for the Tsar? Of course. May God bless and keep the Tsar far away from us.
Then there are the others in our village. They have a much bigger circle. His Honor, the constable. His Honor, the priest. His Honor, many others. We don't bother them, and so far they don't bother us. And amongst ourselves, we get along perfectly well. Of course, there was the time when he sold him a horse, but he delivered a mule. That is all settled now. Now, we live in simple peace and harmony, and
It was a no, it was a war. The
tradition. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as if